Peace. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. For those of you who don't know, it's your boy Vic Slain Hope. And I got another law for y'all. This one is law number 12. And it's use selective honesty and generosity to disarm your victim. Let me read the judgment. It says, one sincere and honest move will cover over dozens of dishonest ones. Open-hearted gestures of honesty and generosity bring down the guard of even the most suspicious people. Once your selective honesty opens up a hole in their armor, you can deceive and manipulate them at will. A timely gift. A Trojan horse will serve the same purpose. Now, see, most people who seek to run game on people, right? They know that the world most likely fucked you up in some type of way, right? And they know because the world did that to you that you have your guard up. You have some type of armor around you to protect yourself. If you grew up in the hood as a man, you already know the story, right? Like if the sheeps get ate by the wolves, right? The wolves be scheming, so you walk with your guard up. If you're a woman who have had her heart broken, you know, you or been taken advantage by men, you do the same thing. You walk with a shell. So what people usually do is they use an act of generosity, or they use an act of honesty. What does that mean? They usually act like they tell you a secret about themselves or something intimate that not many people know. And in psychology, I forgot what the term is for this, but usually when you tell somebody a secret about yourself, it makes them more prone to open up about themselves and tell you secrets. So you could tell somebody some bullshit, you know, and because they perceive it as if you're confiding in them and you're trusting them, then they in return kind of like trust you with some type of information. So it's very and they mentioned the Trojan horse. I don't know if y'all, how many of y'all seen the movie Troy, but in the movie Troy, they use a it was a war going on between two sides, and one side had like a big fort that, you know, it was unpenetrable. Like the other army couldn't really get in because they had like a big fort, you know, walls to protect them, right? So it was hard for them to take over the city. So what they did was they created the Trojan horse, and they hid soldiers inside of the horse, and they made it seem like they were surrendering, and they gifted the horse to them, to these people, and then they brought the horse inside, right? And then once the horse was inside at night, you know, the soldiers came out of the horse and they took over the city and they killed the people. And they was able to open up the gates, and then the rest of the soldiers were able to come inside the walls, and they killed the people. So this is a prime example of this, right? They gave these people a gift. They took it as an act of generosity and of them surrendering themselves, and they turned around and ended up killing them. So usually, that's what a lot of people do. Now, I could give you a more prone example. For example, I could be walking in the train. For example, in a club. I've been in a club, right? Some of y'all been in a club. In a club, when somebody bumps you, it's almost that the first thing that you do is almost defense, right? It's almost like you wait to respond sometimes depending on what the person say. Now, if the person says, my bad, I'm sorry, you usually dismiss it, right? Because that's an act of like, that's being generous, and that's being like, you know, you're sorry, you're being apologetic. So it disarms you, because now you're like, oh bro, don't worry about it. I've done that myself. Like if somebody bumped me and they don't say nothing, I feel some type of way. I might even say something like, yo bro, you can't say excuse me, right? But the moment the person says, I'm sorry, my bad, bro, like, you know, it disarms me. It makes me feel a little more at ease. So that's a scenario. For example, when a con artist is trying to pickpocket you, right? The pickpockets, what they usually do is bump you. So when they bump you, you know, they might spill something, right? Which is a distraction. Now, and they might be like, oh, I'm so sorry. You know, they might be like, yo, you want me to buy you something? You want me to, the act of generosity is distracting you from the fact that, yo, this dude just took your wallet and you didn't even notice, right? So they use these things as a distraction. Even like with the secret thing, if I tell you something and I act like I'm honest, or I might come with you with a sob story like, yo, my mom died when I was 6, or, you know, my last girlfriend she was abusive, or she was doing this to me, and then it disarms whoever you're talking to, because now it's like their guard is no longer there, or there's a chink in their armor, because now they're feeling bad for you. Now they're feeling sorry for you, right? So this is a lot of the things that con artists do. A lot of times they either act like they're giving you something, out of nowhere, don't worry about that, bro. It's on me. You know what I'm saying? Shots on me, or they just get you a gift, or they make it seem like they're being generous, but low key they're plotting on you. And then the other way is, somebody act like they're telling you a secret, or they telling you something, and then you feel compelled to start telling them about yourself and about your secrets and stuff like that. So yeah. So this is the law, man. So you got to beware. And I wanted to read y'all something real quick, and it was saying that like, it was this dude, and most con artists are very well versed in psychology, if not all of them. They know psychology to a certain extent, which is what makes them so dangerous and so good at the things that they do. And there was this man. He was known for his audacity, his fearlessness, and most important, his knowledge of human psychology. He could size up any man in minutes, discovering his weakness, and he had a radar for suckers. And he said he knew that most men build up defenses and against crooks and troublemakers. So most of the time, people, like I said, people have defenses because the world is a messed up place that we live in, and a lot of people who are trying to run a game on you, they know that, so they already come with these deceptive manipulation tactics. So you got to be aware. And the last thing that I would read is the reversal, right? The reversal to this is this. When people already know you're used to being deceitful, when people already know you're used to being a liar, it's gonna only hurt you more when you try to use these tactics, because people are already on to you. People already, when you got a reputation of just beating people over and just being a foul dude, setting dudes up and doing certain shit, people already expect that from you. So they're not gonna, any acts of generosity, any acts of secrets, acting like you're trying to tell them certain shit, anything that you do, they're not gonna trust you, because they already know your bot and they already know what type of time you're on. So it's not even gonna work. So you better off just not even trying to do that, because even if you're genuinely being nice and being generous, they're already gonna automatically see it like you trying to, you're trying to get over on them and you plotting on them, and that might actually get you hurt. So that's the law number 12. Let me know what y'all think in the comment section. Like, comment, subscribe, share if you like the content. Y'all be safe out there. Peace.